Okay, let's unpack this. If you thought AI was moving fast, August 2025, just put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, it really did.
We've seen an absolutely unprecedented surge of breakthroughs, strategic shifts, and, frankly, some eyebrow-raising new threats.
Yeah.
It's been a truly wild ride.
Indeed. The field is in rapid, multifaceted transformation. We're seeing these scaling breakthroughs, significant shifts towards both open science and vertical integration.
Right.
And, this intensifying competition for computational resources, it's a lot to keep up with.
And that's exactly why we're here, to try and cut through the noise, give you the essential nuggets of knowledge, the surprising facts and crucial insights from, well, a wild month in AI. Our mission is just to make sure you're well-informed without feeling totally overwhelmed.
A worthy goal.
Let's dive right in. Let's get into the heart of August's biggest news.
Let's do it.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about the raw power, the actual brains behind the AI. These foundational models.
LLMs, yeah.
They're getting smarter, faster, and with truly astonishing memories. For longer context, we saw OpenAI release GPT-5.
Right, with the record-setting context window.
256,000 tokens. And then Anthropic almost immediately countered that. They expanded Claude to a staggering 1 million token context window.
1 million tokens. It's hard to even grasp.
It really is. So, for our listeners, what does this explosion in context window size truly mean for practical applications? And how quickly will we see these capabilities baked into our daily tools?
Well, the practical implications are profound, really. A 256,000 token window means a model can process, understand, and generate text that's like the equivalent of an entire novel.
Whole book.
Or a huge stack of complex legal documents all in one go. Imagine a legal team being able to instantly cross-reference thousands of pages of case law.
Wow.
Identify subtle patterns, maybe even draft initial arguments with a depth of synthesis that would take human experts weeks.
Okay, that's huge.
And then, when Claude pushes that to 1 million tokens, you're talking book-length inputs, not just for analysis, but for deep, long-form reasoning.
So it's not just reading the book, it's understanding it deeply.
Exactly. This isn't just about reading. It's fundamentally reshaping the pace and scale of knowledge work. Think legal, technical, creative professions,
Right.
allowing the AI to maintain context across vast amounts of information. It was previously unimaginable, really.
That capability alone feels like a total game changer.
It is.
But what's fascinating here, I think, is that while we see these closed, high-performance models pushing the boundaries, there's also this significant push towards openness, right? Democratizing access. You mentioned OpenAI.
Yes.
Well, they also launched GPT-OS models. That's open source software.
That's right. 120 billion and 20 billion parameter models.
And under the Apache 2.0 license, that seems like a major step towards open, transparent AI research.
It is significant, yes.
Do you think this signals a genuine long-term commitment to open science from OpenAI?
Yeah.
Because historically they've been more, closed source.
That's a great question.
Or is it maybe more tactical to keep market share against other open source efforts?
It's likely, well, probably a bit of both. A dual strategy. This isn't just about sharing code, you see.
Yeah.
It's a strategic move. It could dramatically accelerate innovation across the entire AI landscape. Think about it. Countless developers can now build powerful applications on a robust foundation.
Without the huge costs.
Exactly, without prohibitive costs. It democratizes access, fosters reproducibility, community scrutiny. It could unlock entirely new markets, new uses for AI we haven't even conceived yet.
Interesting. Even if they keep their top models closed.
Precisely. They can still offer the cutting-edge closed models while fueling a wider ecosystem with the open ones.
And we saw a fantastic real-world application of this open science push, didn't we? NASA and IBM teamed up.
Ah, yes, Surya.
They open source Surya. It's a transformer-based AI model out there on Hugging Face. Right. That predicts solar flares up to 2 hours before they erupt. And what's really impressive is it does so with 16% higher accuracy than the previous models.
Yes, and the benefit there is immense. Solar flares can disrupt satellite communications, power grids. They even pose risks to astronauts.
Serious stuff.
Definitely. So empowering global researchers with a more accurate open source tool like Surya significantly improves disaster preparedness. It's a perfect example of how open source AI can contribute to global safety and scientific advancement.
So if you're listening, what stands out more to you? Is it the cutting-edge proprietary power of closed models, like the latest GPT-5 and Claude?
The absolute peak performance.
Right. Or is it the transparency and community innovation you get with open source things like Surya, which allow anyone to build on them and improve them?
It's a really interesting trade-off in this rapidly evolving landscape, isn't it?
It really is. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the big players, the massive investments happening.
The industry shifts.
Exactly. The demand for compute power is just through the roof. And companies are making some serious strategic moves to secure their position. NVIDIA, naturally, is right at the forefront of hardware.
As always.
They announced the GH200 Grace Hopper Superchip. That's a combined CPU and GPU platform, right? Specifically for these incredibly demanding AI workloads.
Yeah, purpose-built for AI. Just to clarify for listeners, the GPU, the graphics processing unit, that's really the engine doing the heavy lifting for a lot of AI calculations. Parallel processing power.
Got it. And they also announced upgrades to their GeForce NW Cloud gaming service using the new Blackwell GPUs, the RTX 5080 specifically.
Right, and that's not just about gaming.
No, exactly. It delivers unprecedented performance for AI research, for enterprise deployments. It's literally underpinning the next generation of AI.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these hardware advancements are really fueling consolidation in cloud AI.
How so?
Well, look at Meta and Google. They announced that 6-year, $10 billion+ cloud computing alliance.
Right, a huge deal.
It makes Google the infrastructure backbone for Meta's generative AI initiatives. That's massive consolidation. It's hyperscaling.
And it really heats up the competition against like AWS and Microsoft Azure.
Absolutely. It intensely raises the stakes, shaping the future landscape of who controls the resources. It's a foundational shift in how the biggest AI players are building out their capabilities.
Speaking of Microsoft, they're making some pretty bold moves of their own.
They certainly are.
August saw them unveil proprietary models.
Yeah.
MAI Voice 1, which is this ultra-fast speech synthesis thing.
Generates a minute of high-fidelity speech in under a second on one GPU, apparently.
It's incredible. And MAI 1, a general large language model, an LLM, trained on something like 15,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs.
A huge training run.
This looks like a clear pivot away from relying solely on OpenAI, doesn't it? What's the strategic significance there? How does this impact their position in the AI race?
Oh, this is huge for Microsoft. It signifies their commitment to building their own full AI stack, complete vertical integration almost.
Right from the ground up.
By developing proprietary foundational models like MAI-1 and specialized ones like MAI Voice 1, they're controlling much more of their innovation pipeline.
Less dependence on partners.
Exactly. It reduces their dependence on external partners like OpenAI, gives them greater flexibility, potentially faster iteration cycles, and more direct control over integrating AI into their vast ecosystem. Think Windows, Azure, Office.
Everything.
It's about owning the core technology, not just licensing it.
And what's particularly noteworthy, I think, is how these developments are changing how we interact with AI every day.
The user experience, yeah.
Anthropic, for instance, is piloting Claude for Chrome. It's a research preview browser extension for now.
Still early days.
But Claude can now apparently see page content, maintain context across different tabs, and if you give it permission, even take actions for you, like filling out forms or sending emails.
Acting as an agent, essentially.
Right. This basically ignites an AI browser competition. It could fundamentally shift how you navigate the internet.
It really could.
And this raises a really important question for you listening. As these tech giants build their own ecosystems and AI agents get more intertwined with your everyday tools, how's that going to impact your privacy, your data control, even the choices you have in your digital life?
That's the core question.
I mean, think about how you use your browser now. Are you really ready for it to anticipate your next click? Or maybe even act for you?
It's a big leap.
It brings this whole new layer of convenience, sure, but maybe also a healthy dose of, wait, what just happened?
Exactly. And it's worth noting, Anthropic is really emphasizing safety with Claude for Chrome.
Okay, good.
Their initial red teaming, which, for listeners, is basically simulated ethical hacking to find weaknesses, found about a 23.6% success rate for prompt injections.
Which sounds high.
It does, but they managed to reduce that to around 11.2% with safeguards. Things like needing explicit user permissions for actions, confirmations.
Okay.
So the safety aspect is definitely on their radar.
Yeah.
But the user's role in granting those permissions becomes absolutely paramount.
Absolutely crucial. So, okay, what does all this mean for the safety of these incredibly powerful new systems? It really feels like an arms race.
It does have that feel sometimes.
You have these incredible collaborative efforts on one side, but then some truly alarming new attack vectors emerging on the other.
The tension, yeah.
In a really positive move, though, OpenAI and Anthropic did this first-of-its-kind cross-lab safety audit.
A major step.
They actually teamed up, shared proprietary models to red team each other. That's a big deal for transparency, right? What were the key takeaways from that?
The findings were quite insightful. Claude models, they excelled at enforcing instruction hierarchies and resisting hidden system prompt conflicts, meaning Claude was basically better at sticking to the main rules it was given, even when someone tried to sneak in contradictory or malicious commands hidden within a prompt.
Gotcha. Sticking to the script.
Pretty much. OpenAI's models, especially the ones with reasoning enabled, they fared better on more direct jailbreak-style tests, showing resilience against attempts to just bypass safety protocols outright.
Interesting difference.
And Claude also demonstrated an impressive roughly 70% refusal rate on hallucination benchmarks, which is crucial for avoiding misinformation, obviously.
Definitely. So this collaboration, it sets a strong precedent, you think?
I think so. For transparency, for accountability within the AI community, it's absolutely vital given the power we're talking about.
That kind of collaboration is certainly encouraging. But the threats are also evolving so rapidly.
They are indeed.
TrailBits researchers discovered this novel image scaling attack.
Yes, that was concerning.
It's a prompt injection attack, but it covertly embeds hidden instructions into high-resolution images. They look totally benign to you and me.
Right. Just a normal picture.
But when an AI's preprocessor downscales the image, which happens automatically, sometimes these hidden pixel patterns emerge as malicious text instructions,
Triggering unintended actions.
potentially triggering data exfiltration without the user ever knowing. Honestly, that sounds like something straight out of a cybersecurity thriller.
It does feel a bit sci-fi.
You'd never suspect that a cute cat picture could be secretly plotting against your data. They even demonstrated this on Google Gemini and Google Assistant.
It highlights a whole new attack surface for multimodal AI that we really need to address.
Absolutely. And then, maybe even more concerning, ESET researchers disclosed prompt lock.
The first AI-driven ransomware proof of concept.
Exactly. This ransomware uses a local generative model, like maybe that open source GPT-OS S20B we mentioned.
All right. Running on the victim's machine.
To dynamically create malicious scripts right there on the victim's machine.
Oh, wow.
It automates complex malware logic, basically lowering the skill required for sophisticated attacks. And it could potentially evade traditional antivirus detection because it's being generated on the fly.
That's a very dangerous development.
Yeah.
A new frontier in cyber threats.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? This dual dynamic, these accelerating efforts towards collaborative safety and regulation. But then, right alongside them, the emergence of novel, more sophisticated AI-driven threats. It just underscores this critical need for proactive defenses.
It certainly does, and it makes you consider how much trust should you actually place in these rapidly evolving systems and in the efforts to secure them, especially when the threats themselves are becoming AI-powered.
That tough question. But it's not all doom and gloom on the governance front, thankfully. Regulatory bodies are stepping up, too.
We are seeing movement there.
The White House published a comprehensive AI action plan. The idea is to coordinate federal and state regulatory standards in the U.S., try to harmonize this really complex landscape of laws.
Which is sorely needed.
Simultaneously, the EU's Digital Services Act, the DSA, forced major platforms to comply with new AI transparency and content moderation rules this month. That feels like a significant regulatory turning point.
It is. The DSA is having real impact.
And for some genuinely good news, AI is also being used to fight misinformation, which is great to see.
How so?
Well, a new AI system scanned about 15,000 open access journals and managed to flag over 1,400 of them as potentially questionable or predatory.
Identifying predatory journals. That's useful.
Yeah, it did it by identifying criteria like, suspiciously fast publication times, weak editorial boards, things like that. It basically automates what used to be a really painstaking manual vetting process.
That's a powerful application. Automating that identification is a massive win for scientific integrity.
Absolutely. Helps researchers avoid dodgy journals.
And helps everyone trying to navigate just the overwhelming volume of published material. It helps sort of purify the well of knowledge, more important than ever.
For a month, right. August 2025, it truly showed us an AI field in just rapid, multifaceted transformation.
No question about it.
From models with incredible memory, the rise of AI agents right there in your browser,
Mm-hmm.
to this ongoing battle, really, between open and closed AI and that constant dance between innovation and security.
It covers so many bases.
This has been a really packed deep dive, and we certainly hope you found these insights valuable.
The confluence of all these trends, it really suggests possible tipping points are very near. Maybe consider this. In a world where AI can read entire books,
Yeah.
act on your behalf in your browser, maybe even write its own malware, how will you adapt your own digital literacy, your critical thinking? How will you adapt to truly thrive in that world?
That's a powerful thought to end on. And that's it for this deep dive into the August 2025 AI landscape. Keep learning, keep questioning, and we'll be here to help you navigate the future of AI. Until next time, stay curious.